considering everything that occurs in this society on the daily, whenever one of these scenarios gain a great deal of attention in the news cycle, in the media, and all over the internet, you have to ask yourself, why? Like, why? What is it about this scenario that is so special to a point where it's all over the news, it's all over the media? And that is usually because it has a great deal of prominence and significance in the occultic and esoteric principles and in these witchcraft circles or whatever in the entertainment industry. And that is pretty much the same thing that we're looking at in this scenario where the crazy chick attacked old boy, homeboy, the little 14-year-old kid, right? And I want to show you that. So check it out. So when you look at the far right side of the freeze frame here, you will see that there's a photo of Beyonce in the background. Now, the mother, the woman on the left, is actually a one of Beyonce's band members. Now, a while back, one of Beyonce's band members came out and they talked about, or they alleged to the notion that they had a lesbian relationship with Beyonce, and that Beyonce was practicing witchcraft on them. All right. Now, that photo of Beyonce, she's wearing a bikini that is made to look like the front of a motorcycle bearing down on you. Now, when you look on the front of that bikini, there's an image of a goat head there. Now, the goat head there is made to symbolize Pan or Cernunnos, or the horned god, more popularly known as the Baphomet. And that photo was strategically placed there to let those who are in the know understand that this scenario here has an occultic resonance to it. It has a this has a purpose, and also to let them know that these people, this family, are initiates in the occultic world. These are not just regular everyday people. All right. Now, the Baphomet or Pan has a very high level of significance in the entertainment industry. All right, they worship the goat god, they worship the horn god, they worship Pan. You see what I'm saying? It just so happens that it's also perfectly lined up with the all-seeing eye on the right side of the photo also, right? now we're gonna look at a close-up of that specific image right there with Beyonce in it. Right here. Here we go. So there you have it. There you have it. Now look at that. There you have it. A goat head or a ram head. Either way, any horned deity, any horned whatever animal is used to symbolize the horn god or Pan. Is meant to be an illusion or an extension of that. They use things like this to communicate with one another. Now, the bikini itself is shaped like a goat head or a Baphomet head. Now, on the front of it, what you also see is a light, or what's, I guess, supposed to be a headlight. But that light is actually meant to symbolize the sun, all right? Or the sun god. The sun god is Amun Ra, all right? They worship these pagan deities behind the scenes. They do a lot of they do a lot of blood drinking and sacrificial rituals and things of that nature. And these are the deities that they worship, all right, when they're getting into their darker side. These are the people who, or the deities that they believe that they get their power and their energy from. All right. Now, people like Beyonce and many of the more, really damn near all of the more notable entertainers and celebrities are born and raised, from an early age on up. They're initiates. They're initiated into these occultic principles and circles. One movie that kind of lightly touched on it was, I believe it was called The Perfection, starring that light skinned chick that played in the Dear White People. And what it showed was that this guy, he basically owned a school, and he had a lot of young girls in his school, and they basically grew up there in this home or this building or whatever the hell they were in their school. And he would teach them from a very early age how to enhance their skills. I believe they were playing the guitar or the cello, and he would teach them how to enhance their skills, and then when they would get older, they would put them out in the public. But while he would raise them up, he would molest them, he would beat on them, they would, perform all kind of sexual rituals on these little girls. And now when they're presented to the public, they are thought to have, come from a certain city or to have a certain upbringing. They're presented as regular people that just happen to achieve fame and success. But in reality, they were, they were brought up in a certain world, in a certain circle. All right, and they're given a background storyline, when in reality, that's not really where they come from. But I want to go on forward into the other area of the article where they talks about the fact that the mother was actually one of Beyonce's band members. Watch this. These two people are playing a role. All right. Horrible acting, by the way, but let's look into it.
Apology. She knew she assaulted a 14-year-old boy, not a guy, not a man.
Horrible acting. Horrible acting. But check it out. Watch this.
Keon Jr. comes from a musical family. His mother is a singer and a saxophonist for Beyonce. His father is a Grammy Award-winning trumpeter. They say...
Do you see this? All right. I believe even he has Beyonce on his shirt. But, what's going on? Do they have some sort of plans for that boy? Watch out for that boy. You might see him on Disney Channel, or you never know what he might turn out to be. But his parents are already engrafted into that entertainment circle. But you see this, right? His mother is in Beyonce's band. All right, what's the likelihood that you would attack? I mean, come on, man. What's the likelihood that you're going to attack some boy who is the son of one of Beyonce's band members? Not saying that is impossible, but what's the likelihood of that? And that it would actually make the news. So that tells you that this has a greater deal of significance than just some kid that got attacked and then it makes basically national news. Like, it's so many things that they could be talking about. There's so many things that could be on the news that they could be talking about. Why this? I mean, come on, why this?
They are using music to help their son heal from this incident. Thank God my friends alive. Keon Jr. wrote a song called Unjustified Times, and he recorded it with friends while he played the drum.
Now you see that? All right, so he's an artist himself, right? Is this his exposure? Was all of this put together to introduce him to the world? But definitely, I believe personally that they have some sort of plans for that boy. Check it out.
Kat, I'd like to know how he's doing.
When I went to hug him from behind, because
Beyonce's photo just happened to be aligned perfectly with the all-seeing eye on the bottom, right?
We have such a great relationship. He said, Mom, he tensed up. He literally tensed up. He said, Mom, can I ask you not to do that?
I mean, but that's enough. That's enough for that. But you go back to let's go back a little bit. Look at Gayle King.
He said, Mom, he tensed up. He literally tensed up. He said, Mom, can I ask you not to do that?
Gayle King between the two pillars. I believe they call it what, Joachim and Boaz? The two pillars, right? Could be a reach. I don't think so. But whenever you're looking at these different storylines in the news and all like that, understand it has an occultic resonance. All right, it's more than just like, dude, a girl attacked a 14-year-old boy over a phone. Oh my goodness, let's make a whole news article about it, right? Right? With everything that's going on, there's so much shit that y'all could be talking about. Why this? But that is just about do it for this video, man. Peace.